18 alternate break. All right? And our two opponents are two of the best players ever in the game. All right? Between these two players, they have won a major title in every single discipline within the game. Straight pull, 8-ball, 1 pocket, 9-ball, 10-ball, you name it. Well, basically, they won it. It's as simple as that. Okay? First, one of our favorites that is always in Amsterdam, and he hails from Finland. He's a world 9-ball champion. He has back-to-back U.S. Open 9-ball championships. He's a WPA World 10-ball champion, a World Cup of Pool champion, a World 14-1 champion. He's a Mosconi Cup MVP. He was inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame. And from 2000 to 2010, he was the player of the decade. We put our hands together for the hitman, Mr. Mika Immonen. Iceman. What's that, the Iceman? Sorry, the Iceman, Mika Immonen. All right. And that's me. I'm sorry about that. Iceman. My friend, actually.
That's okay. I'm not going to make a hit call.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, don't do that. Because I mess them up all
I
the
guess
time.
we missed Thorsten. That's what it is.
Nah, no, we don't. No, we don't. And again, his opponent, who I'm sure none of you need to know who this is. None of you have any clue who this player is. Okay? Hailing from the Philippines. And I'm sure if you're a pool player, okay, you have all watched the video of the shot on YouTube. It is the most watched pool shot ever on YouTube. So if you watch that shot, you know who this man is. He is a U.S. Open 9-ball champion and a World 9-ball champion. He's a Derby City Master of the Table, a World Cup of Pool champion. One of the largest payouts in pool history was the IPT World 8-ball, and he is the champion of that. He's a WPA World 8-ball champion, a Challenge of Champions champion, and he is also a BCA Hall of Fame player. He is touted as being currently the greatest player in the world. It is the magician, Efren Reyes.
Wow. Hey guys, one last announcement. We are selling these beautiful merchandise by the Iceman, Mika Immonen. He has his own glove, guys. It's limited. He only made 100 of these. And I think, from what I understand, we're the only one who has any of them left. We have the beautiful pool glove that he has. With the, I believe, with the nice grip, because some of you guys, when you playing on the pool, you know, you slipping here and there. He has an anti-slip pouch that goes with it, which is really nice, that you can lean anywhere and it will not move your cue. I'm telling you, your cue will not move at all, which is amazing. And it has a microfiber cloth with it. So if you're interested, you can see Kim in the front. The gloves go for $34.99 plus tax. The anti-slip pouch is $24.99 plus tax, and the microfiber towel is $4.99 plus tax. But if you buy all three, you'll get it for $54.99. So if you act now, and you get all that, and the man himself would be happy to sign it for you. All right, so with every purchase, okay? Thank you guys for your time, and let's go. Let's get it on.
Okay, guys, looks like we're ready to start. Thanks so much to David and the rest of the team for making this happen. Hopefully you guys have got a drink, you're settled in, or the kettle's on the boil. Nice cup of tea, as we say back home. I'm just waiting for Michael to go live as well. I'm just plugging his mic in. Guys, just give us a thumbs up if you can hear me. My name's Del Sim, one of the Amsterdam pool players, represented along with Michael, Mika, Torsten, Sean Alaska, and Hunter Lombardo. So we've got quite a pool of players here. I believe Mike is just getting ready now. Yeah, thanks to everyone that tuned in, everyone that saw it on my page as well. That's Del, the Highlander Sim. If you can go and give that a like and a share, I'd love you to pieces. We are going to have a race to 15 here. Race to 15, I believe it's Texas Express. There is a little bit of money on the side, so these guys will be competitive. But we're hoping they can put on a show for everyone that's turned up here. I'd say we have a good 200 people in the room right now. And these guys have been seated for about 2 hours waiting for this. Some in the front row. Hope to God there's not a fire, because there's no way we're getting out. It's Jambo. Yeah, we're on for a treat here. So you can see Efren getting ready to queue up. Efren's got a break.
Right, guys.
Nails the 7-ball. Sorry, Mike. You just want to introduce yourself, bud? I've done most of it.
Yeah, this is Michael Yednek. I'll be joining Del here. Sorry, guys. They were using one of the mics for the introductions. So it should be a lot of fun. Excited about this match. Yeah, no one's favored to win here. I do suspect that Efren's going to play a safety off the one right here behind the 2-ball. Or this these 3 balls. Actually, 5 balls here in the lower left corner.
So yeah, me and Mike it's the first time we've actually sitting apart. So we both have separate mics. The controls are being done by Rad and his team. So if we need to change a camera angle, you'll just hear us say that we want to change. And we are looking at the table live. So you guys are watching off the stream. We're going to commentate off the table live. So we're watching it on the rail. So we might not get to see all the angles. So do bear with us on that side.
Yeah, Efren just came up short on that shot. He tried to go off the other side, but just wasn't able to get enough speed on the cue ball. I suspect Mika's going to play a safety.
No chance, mate.
Yeah, he's going to save himself.
This table's rolling quick already. You can kind of see that.
That's a bit of a bad roll. He might be able to kick the 9, or actually he's going to play a safety, kicking the 2 on the left side as we're looking and trying to put the cue behind the 9, but he hit it on the wrong side. Got a little leakage with the 2-ball.
Yeah, looks like the first chance is going to go to Efren now. I don't see a problem here, Mike, do you?
Nah, he'll play the 4 probably in the side instead of the corner, depending on what angle he gets on this.
Oh, if he gets funny on this. Is that jaw hooked him?
Yeah, he got corner hooked.
I think he's jaw hooked. Right on the point. How's your luck?
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate roll there.
Now we're going to have to see Efren's kicking ability first off. So personally, I'd love to see this. I want to see which way he goes. He has the 2 rails, I think. He can go 2 rails, or he might even go, 2 to 3 rails here. He's going to use the inside pocket.
Yeah, 3-rail play here, definitely.
And he's going to try and make this ball. This will be impressive.
This is top right.
Ooh. Didn't account enough for the slide. You hear the crowd there just give it a ooh.
Yeah, now Mika has choice, and he'll probably play for the 4 in the corner as opposed to the side now that he's got ball in hand.
I don't know, Do you think he'll come the other side of it? I like playing it in the side pocket. I just don't think he's going to try too much with this.
That's what I was originally going to play, but I think he's got both options.
Yeah,
he did choose the side, yeah. And now he can play above the 5 and play the 5 in the corner where he played the 3.
Shout out to my boy Raj Hundal. I don't think I'd be playing American pool if it wasn't for him. Great friend of Mika, so great to see that he's tuned in. all the way from the UK. Hope to see you back soon, brother.
Yeah, all the rest of the balls will go in the quadrants they're in, so he'll probably play a little one pocket with a 5, 8, 9 and put the 6 in the right corner. So Mika very fortunate to get back to the table after that missed kick, I'll say. And Efren's gonna have to sit until the next rack and see what Mika does off the break.
Yeah, this is a nice one for Mika just to feel. There's no other player in the world, except perhaps Raja, I just mentioned, who would go 3 rails and inside there. But he's feeling out the table. It's been freshly cleaned. Some of the rails are going to react differently with the lights. You can see the light setup. We've got a very bright setup here for you guys.
Yeah, very live table.
And it's reacting very lively. So nice first rack there for Mika. I think he was a little bit fortunate as he realizes that Efren made an error in positional, getting jaw hooked in the corner of the side pocket there.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. Close kick for Efren on the 3, almost made it. Just came a hair thin. This is a race to 15, right, Del?
This is a race to 15, Texas Express rules. I think the 9 does count on the break, so the players will be looking to get it moving. The Outsville AccuRack is in play, so I expect to see tight racks all the way through by John.
Yeah, 6 ball in the lower right corner, 1 ball towards the side, probably veering towards the corner where the cue ball is. And Mika doesn't have to hit this too hard with the magic rack, so it may take a little off.
We're going to try and get the score on the live stream as well. So that is 1-0. Just going to change the graphic for you guys, ready to go. But it is just 1-0. We're right at the beginning right now. 3 balls gone terribly safe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it slides by the 8 or not. If it does, Mika could play position, cutting the 2.
He could. Do you think he would attack the 9, Mike? With the 3 sitting where it is, I think that affords natural safety if he tries to attack the 9. What do you think?
I like that play. That's a very aggressive play, but if the 3 is in a bad position, then that's probably the safest play. No pun intended.
Hey Blair, yes, they are playing for a little bit of something on the side here, but we are technically an exhibition match, but none of these guys want to lose. This is Mika's home room, so he'll want to put on a good show for the crowd as well.
I think he's going to cut it, try to play short side position on the 3.
Beautiful shot this is, and he's going to get a little unfortunate.
Oh, got a little fortunate, I think.
Beautiful shot.
Great shot by Mika. If he doesn't have the shot, he can play safe, but I'm pretty sure he pushed it right in position.
Yeah, he's just going to draw this one out.
Yeah, he needs a little angle to get on the 5, and
this is good. I like this. You go forward. Between the 7-9, what do you think?
I like that, or he could use low outside and come around that
he
top
could go
left
2
corner.
ways, yeah. He could go 2 ways. I think you're right. He can come below the 8, so draw this 2 rails and back around.
Yeah, that looks like that's what he's doing.
Or he
Going
went
forward.
So he had 2 options there, guys. I like the forward option.
It does lead to natural shape on the 5 to the 7, and he'll play a Z pattern on the 7 to the 8. So he'll come a little under the 7 here.
Yeah, very nice. It looks like Mika's into a nice loose rhythm stroke already.
Yeah, he may not even have to go to the rail. He could draw it, but Mika does like to pound this a little.
If you can see there, but he's using the Mez Ignite shaft, so the Mez is carbon fiber line.
Yeah, Mika's got a couple sponsors. He's got Town Chalk as well, and he uses Zan Tips. Also, of course, sponsored by Amsterdam Billiards, which take care of you and I, and Sean Morgan, Alaska.
Hunter.
Tony Robles.
Oh, there's some time, Tony.
And Jennifer Beretta, who is actually ranked #1 right now in the WPA.
Fantastic achievement already.
Women's Pro Bowl.
So early in the season, it's a great start to 2020 for her. 2-0, guys. You can see there, Mika just taking an early lead. He won't be letting up on Efren whatsoever.
It's a big momentum game, so we got a lot of time left in this match, but right now things are going a little Mika's way with the safety on the 3 for Efren, and then the position on the 3 for Mika on the second rack. So getting some fun little action going on. I should mention Efren's sponsor is Puyat Sports. And I think he's doing a couple raffles on some cues, and we heard earlier that Mika's selling some of his Iceman products.
Yeah. Zion does play here regularly, but I don't believe he's sponsored by the room. He does have other affiliations, however. We love Zion here. He's a fantastic straight ball player, line ball player. A very hard working man too. Manages to fit a lot in. Good to see Jesse. Thanks Jesse Garcia for tuning in. He's the president of OBQs. One of my fantastic sponsors who's just started up once more. Head over to obqs.com if you can.
He's playing the 2-ball in the corner and the 1-ball towards the side. And
didn't hit that hard enough. Do you see that? He kind of decelerated, and that's what pushed the 2 to the corner.
Yeah, the 9 did move on that rack though as well.
Move,
it rolled down, which is a little awkward, but or a little odd with the template rack.
Guys, do your best to give Billiards Media a like and a share as well. They're the ones that are streaming this on behalf of Amsterdam Billiards. So although we're live on the Amsterdam page, it is Billiards Media behind all of this great setup that we have here.
The beautiful Teresa Jackson is watching as well.
That's right.
Rad's other young lady that also works at Amsterdam Billiards. Other half, I should say. Not other lady. I mean, he doesn't. He's quite the gentleman, actually.
Cheeky chappy, we'd call him. A cheeky chappy.
Cheeky fellow.
A cheeky fella. Hey guys, give us a shout. Tell us where you're tuning in from. I no doubt that we've got some global followers here, not just here in New York City. Efren getting a bad roll again. Maybe just taking a little bit more time to get used to the table. He only just arrived an hour before this.
Yeah, Mika practiced for a good half hour, 45 before Efren showed up.
Yeah, benefit of the homeroom.
Mika also is quite familiar playing under these conditions. He's played out of this room for at least 10 years. And we got a little bit of different camera angles here for you guys. And we also have instant replay. We'll try to use those as we progress in the match. What a great position shot Mika just played there. He got right in the window between the 8 and 9.
You can tell he's in the zone already. He's played 2 great positional shots using the full length of the table.
He's going to play short side here for the 3, I believe, unless he's going to go forward around the 6. He chose to go forward around the 6 again. Good shot. And he'll be above the 4 to naturally get down table for the 5. The 4 to the 5 still isn't supernatural. It will take a quality position play for Mika.
As long as he stays above the 4 here, he can use just the 1 rail to drift down for the 5. He needs to stay high, and that bobbled. You can see there he hit that into the rail, so didn't get a great contact on that one. And that was him just trying to stay high. As you can see, stay high on the 4, so that he was able he didn't have to go up and down the table. Look at these guys. Alan Scott, Kirkcaldy, my homeland in Scotland. Guys from Australia. Hope you guys are doing well down there.
Yeah, thank you very much for everyone tuning in. We really do appreciate it. If you guys could like and share this match, spread the word that a great match is going on, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, really nice. So you see what Efren did there. He managed to get above the 4, which was what Mika was trying to do previously. This just means he can either come 1 rail across and guarantee shape, or he can come underneath the 9. Let's see which way he comes. He came across the table to guarantee shape rather than trying to stun below the 9 ball.
Yeah, I like low outside here, but he could just go forward and come 1 rail with inside.
Yeah, this is Efren. He'll have to spin the ball. I'd say at every opportunity he's going to use 2 rails.
He got a nice angle to get back up table for the 7. And he'll probably try to stay towards the right side of the table, so when he plays the 8 and 9, he doesn't have to do too much work, which he did.
Yeah, Efren will just be happy to get a point on the board and get his match underway.
Right, he'll try to get the cue back where it is now. He can swing 2 rails or come 1 rail.
Yeah, some great camera work there as well. We love having the mobile camera out in the stands. It gives you guys a different perspective from the ones that we normally see on streams, where they're fixed. And looks like Efren's going to get his first one on the board. Let's see what the crowd reaction is. Crowd goes right.
Oh, it's not hometown favoritism here. Lots of applaud for Efren.
Yeah, Yeah, everyone wants to see the magician do well. As you can see, this is kind of like, this might be his last tour in America, so he is fully booked out over the next few days on the East Coast before the Derby City.
The score is currently 2-1, guys. Mika with 2, Efren with 1. It is alternate break, right? Yeah.
Hey, Jeff Conway joining us. Jeff was a good long-time sponsor of Efren. A lot of Filipino players that came across to USA.
Yeah, John Francisco, we both know. Good to see him around from Queens area.
Fantastic.
Elvis Rodriguez, who's also going to be in that event that you're going to be on. Do you want to do a little announcement about that, Del?
Oh, the Players Brawl on Sunday, hosted by Tony Robles. He's going to be up there for a fantastic cause with pancreatic cancer and Crohn's colitis. There's going to be about 24 teams, pro players and MMA fighters that are mixing up for a Scotch team doubles.
Yeah, it should be quite interesting. That's on bar box, right?
No, it's going to be on the full-size tables.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
do you get to play or just commentary?
So I'll be playing and doing a bit of commentary as well.
Awesome.
Sean Alaska will be joining us from this room. I believe Mika will be there also.
Another dry break. This is a bit of a surprise with the Magic Racks. You can see the 9 moved again, so there might be a gap between the back balls and the 9, so we'll see if that continues or not.
Yeah, John's well known for a bit of a dodgy fudge rack. But what a fantastic safety that is. Most players would have pushed out there, but I think he's managed to put Mika behind the 9 ball here, and this isn't an easy shot.
Yeah, he'll have to actually spin off a rail to get position on this. It's not a natural angle, so...
Are jump cues allowed?
I'm sure they are, but he's going to masse slightly to create the angle.
Well, he
might get a good roll.
Managed to get a good hit, but I think Efren's... Ooh, he's got a roll. And I know that Efren doesn't jump, so let's see what... He's probably just going to try and kick behind this.
You know, I have seen Efren jump once.
Have you?
I have.
Was it jumping off his chair, or...?
He does seem quite vibrant. Yeah, that's not going to cut it.
Yeah, that was, again, I think he was just trying to use the speed of the table there. But you can see the left-hand side just stopped halfway down the table, and it didn't take off the rail as he expected.
Now, I like to move the 4 here and put the 4 in a better position. The 4-8 combination is good, but Mika can push the 4 out towards the side pocket and the 2 balls by the other side. It might be a good play to just move the 4 now or move the 8. He chose to move the 8. Very wise play there. Now he can back off the 2 to get position on the 3. A little bit of draw, or he can spin around. Okay, he's spinning around with follow. He did bring the 7 into play. Got a little bit of a roll there.
Yeah, very fortunate. The pace of the cue ball just allowed that to open up, but he hasn't got a good angle on this. I feel like he can maybe drag draw this to just past the 8.
You mean short side position?
Yeah, and play short side for the 4.
Mika likes a 4-rail position that he likes to play here if he can get above the
7.
8.
The 7's big though. If you're playing this
I hear
4
what you're
rails,
saying.
the 7's huge. But this is an exhibition, and this is Mika. And
So he tried it. Yeah.
He did try it.
Yeah. He tried it, and it took the tangent a little too much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the tangent was just too much because he put low English on that when maybe just left would have been enough. So Efren getting another chance here, and this is to level it up, guys.
Yeah, we'll be tied 2-2 after this ball in hand, very likely.
Call that the Desmond 2-2.
The double dip. Sorry guys, Efren took the side pocket route but came a little far, so he's got to kill the cue ball or travel. I think he's going to kill it with inside.
Yeah, I mean he has a very soft touch. I mean look at that, it's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, notice the inside widen the angle so he didn't get too steep on the 8.
I did enjoy that one.
I think he'll play short side here and play to the left side of the table as opposed to the right. Yeah, notice how he played the left side. That's much more natural than trying to get to the right side of the table.
You know what they say, guys? I mean, we were saying Efren was just getting used to the table, but look how quickly he's managed to dial in and get the speed down. Fantastic.
Knotted up at 2-2, guys.
That was a fantastic out there by Efren. Did get a little bit squirrely on the 7, but managed to get out. Mr. Tony Robles.
Tony Robles.
Getting a little bit front and center there.
Yeah, he'll be at that event. He's actually running that event with you tomorrow.
He'll be hosting on Sunday, that's correct.
And just behind Tony, you can see Alaska Sean Morgan. And some other players in the house. Looking around.
We can just
Lots of regulars. Sammy's in the straight pool league. He's a good player. We got.
we can just update that score to 2-2. That's great.
Yeah, he's got that. We're all set. Okay, the 5 went, and see the 9 ball didn't move that much.
No, it was a better rack that time, and you see
Yeah.
Efren hit it much harder. The 3 really, the 3 doesn't have a pocket right now. What does it go long past the 4?
Or does he have the Kiram on the 7?
You like the Karam? Oh man, that's rough
I
from
can't
there.
tell just now. I'm not sure how high the 3 is. But camera angle, I'm sure he's going to get us a good camera angle. For that, he really wanted to draw that down and out, and instead he hit it a little thin. Didn't get the draw to take, so he's in a bad spot here. Especially if the 3 doesn't line up with the Karam on the 7.
Just to confirm, guys, we've only been live for the last 25 minutes. There has been a bit of warm-up, so the game hasn't been live for an hour. I think if Mika ever took an hour for 4 games, he'd kill himself. Oh, wow.
Incredible shot.
And the 9 ball. That got the magician smiling.
Yeah, great roll there for Efren. A little bit of entertainment there.
That's got the crowd excited.
Yeah,
We all love to see a slop 9 every now and again.
Everyone's smiling.
Personally, I do love when I'm in a tournament that it's cool 9.
Yeah.
But this is an exhibition. We do like to see that. The 9 is wild at all times, even off the break. We are using the Outsfield Accurac, so we don't expect to see many 9s off the break, but you never know.
Oh, I see Sydney there in the background. He's been playing pool for a long time, one of Tony Robles' students.
Yeah, there's a great turnout here from New York. We've got way over 200 people in the room right now. This is probably the biggest one. Over the last year since I've been doing this, this is the biggest turnout that I've seen for these 2 players.
All right, so the 2 ball went straight
Look at
in.
the 9. See that?
And
See the kick? Oh!
This
Was
is,
the kick we were talking about. The 9 stayed planted.
I bet you Mika's going to do a power follow on this 1 ball and come right for the 3-9
You
combo.
think so? Do you think he might try the 3 railer with
Yeah.
left English?
I
I don't even think he'll try and make the 1. I think he'll try and come 3 rails around.
No, I think he's going to power follow this and try to go towards the 4-5.
Oh, you don't think he's going to attack the 9? Sorry, I thought you meant.
No,
he was
no.
going to be.
1 then 3-9.
He's going to go for a gravy shot.
Yeah, he's going to hit pure follow.
Yeah, there we go. What a nice shot that was.
Did he draw it back or
He
play
drew-
follow?
he drew
oh, he
it
did the
back.
draw shot. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
other option.
So
He's got a
now
nice 3-9, yeah.
3-9. Nice quick one, guys. So quick one back. Levels it up at 3-3. He wasn't going to let Efren get away with a nice easy 9.
Yeah, a couple short racks, guys, and a quick score change. If you're just tuning in, we are here live at Amsterdam Billiards in New York City. This is around Union Square, 11th Street between 3rd and 4th Avenue to be precise. Okay, so he's playing the 3 ball in the lower right corner and the 1 ball towards the side. The 2 ball
You
and
notice
the
he
1.
moved in a little. He didn't go off the rail. You see that?
Yeah, he
So-
did a cup break.
So I think he realised that the ball wasn't going as a wing ball for him, so he moved the cue ball slightly inside to the first diamond. That's something that I've seen players do at a professional level. When the break's not working, they kind of you can dial it in just by moving the cue ball across that across the bulk line.
Yeah, I think he's going to use a little bit of inside English, cut this to the left pocket, and come around the two.
That was the right way to go. Or too much English, so overcut it slightly. But it's not the worst result. Although Mika will be doing his famous head tilt.
Do you do the handshake or the hand twist?
We haven't seen the hand twist yet.
That's my favorite move.
He'll be disappointed with that leave.
I think he'll cut this with inside English or left English and go towards the 6. What do you think of that shot, Del? Think he can cut in and check it?
Which one?
Left English on the 1, cutting into the left corner.
I think maybe just plain ball is easy enough. Oh, he overcut it too.
Well, Efren's got a couple safety options here. They are playing an exhibition match, so he could try to be a little more aggressive.
It is a 9x5 table.
I think he's looking to go 3 rails with the cue and hit the 5 ball and use the 4 ball as a blocker. So he's going to hit the right side of the 3 and come 3 rails around the 4 ball and hit the 5 ball and use the 5 ball as a blocker.
Oh, we just leaked out. I mean, it was the right call, but wow.
Yeah, very unfortunate roll for Efren that the 1 ball happened to land in the window.
I mean, he had the perfect line, but he just hit the 5 a bit fat. So a nice easy shot. I think I imagine Mika will take these out quite speedily. Won't waste any time. I don't see any difficulty in this out.
Yeah, after Efren moved the 5, the rack's pretty simple. He got a little straight, so I'll have to pound this a hair. I suspect he'll draw it back a little and just accept a little longer shot on the 5, not too much. He might add the exact angle, actually, now I'm looking at it, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. It's a 9x4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some experts out there in the land of the internet. They probably want to hear a story at some point. If you want to hear a story, I don't think we've got a Danny Diliberto story.
No Danny Diliberto stories here. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, this is all strategy.
This is pretty connect the dot here. And looking at a 4-3 in favor of Mika after this rack. We are racing at 15, guys, so we still have some quite a bit of life here.
Mika goes up 4-3.
And they are using the outsfill, as you've been saying, Del. The players have been playing the wing ball in the last 2 or 3 racks. John's been given really good racks. It's been going straight in the pocket, and they've been able to play position on the 1.
Wonder if Mika will try and mimic what Efren did the last rack there and move the cue ball slightly in table.
Yeah, come into the box and do a cup break, you think?
Yeah.
I like that, because then you tend to get the cue ball to cross back for the 1 ball, and the 1 ball goes towards the pocket where you break from.
Yeah, let's see. John Lehman, an international referee, so I expect a good rack from him every time.
Yeah, he just got lined up with Matchroom Sports, so he's been doing a lot of their sports refereeing. Does an amazing job for them. I did have an opportunity to go see Matchroom do their thing at the recent event in Las Vegas, and that was phenomenal, the Moscone Cup. Anyone interested in that, they should check that out online. Okay, so I think he's playing the 5 ball in the corner, and we switch you the 1 track towards the opposite, well, the corner where he's breaking from. And made almost everything. This natural 2-railer towards the 3.
Yeah, that was very nice. And you see Mika was comfortable there just staying on the rail and gave it a little bit more cut than perhaps Efren was. That's why Efren moved in.
Guys, greatly appreciate you watching this match. We're at 1.2 thousand already, live viewers. That's awesome, guys. Really appreciate it. Please go ahead and share these as much as you can and get as many people as we can to check this out. And it's not often you get to see such a great match, especially live.
Yeah, Mika making quick work of this one.
Yeah, I like to go 2 rails here, long rail back to the middle. He could also just try to swing wide with 1 rail. He chose the 2 rail route too. Stop shot on the 7, and he's good on the 9. Pretty easy rack after that break. What do you make, 3 or 4 balls in the break there?
Easy. Getting the home crowd back on side. Stretching out that 2-game lead again.
All right, the Iceman takes home another point.
I imagine we'll get to about 10 racks total. They may take a break, or they may just push on through. We are on a time window here, up until 9 p.m. this evening.
Del, sorry, you mentioned your sponsor, Obi. Do you have any other sponsors you want to mention while we got a little break here for the rack?
I can give them a shout at the end. Let's enjoy the match for now, and hopefully the guys, for the players here, they're all on a list, so some lucky players are going to get to be able to play with Efren and with Mika at the end of this, so I'm looking forward to that. Hey, thanks very much, guys. I know those that are tuned in that have liked and shared already. We'd love to get this up and over 2,000.
Scores 5-3 in favor of Mr. Immonen. Mr. Reyes to break.
Efren just wiggled one in there, and the balls didn't split as well. I mean, he certainly gave him enough, but you can kind of see he overcut that, so no power generated into the break, and he was lucky not to scratch.
He's going to have to play it safe on the 2. I don't think he can go for anything unless he's got a wired combination on the 2-3 in the side, but it doesn't look like it's at all lined up, so I suspect he's going to play it safe here.
Yeah, he's got nothing else to give. He's just going to use the 7, or he's not come far enough either.
Yeah, he was trying to safe with the 8-9, came up a little short. Mika's an exceptional banker. If he can't make this in the side pocket, he'll bank it cross-side. And he's very likely to make this shot. By the way the 3 went, he might actually went for that 3-ball, you know, the 2-3 combination.
You think so?
Maybe, because it almost looked like he was playing position for the 2 bank, but I don't know.
I think he just shorted the safe a little there. I think this is a bank shot if it doesn't go in the side. And he's going to bump the 9 as well, which is perfect. So he's opened up the 8-ball.
Yeah, it makes his work a lot easier.
But he will be slightly hampered now by that 9-ball queuing over this. So good queuing is going to be required.
He also has to fade the 6-ball a little bit. It would be a bad roll, but he is going towards the 6 on this shot unless he uses a pure follow shot. I think he's opted into that to avoid the 6.
Yeah, so tough shot there. So he didn't really get into that, although the queuing was nice. He wasn't able to get low enough on the cue ball to get to the other side of that. And I think that's a foul. I don't think he hit it, so yeah, he gives that shot up.
He came just a little short.
Just trying to get that extra thin.
And this will be very natural. He'll just roll right to the long rail. He'll have a nice draw shot for the 7. And I believe the 8 goes by the 9 in the right corner.
Hey, that's great, Mark Wilson. Thanks very much for your help, for your support as well.
This is just a low outside, primarily draw. Came a little short. He would have liked to come up table a little further, but he can make this with a little inside, and he'll maintain position on the 8-ball here. Just center right here. He's switching up hands. Efren is very good opposite-handed.
Think he'll take the carom? Or do you think he'll just play the 8 plain?
If the 8 goes, I believe he'll play the 8. If it doesn't go, then he'll play the carom.
Yeah, we are watching this from the side, guys, so we don't have the benefit of the camera angles.
Yeah, he's got the 8 clean by the angle he's at.
Looks like he pushed that a little bit. He was a little bit hesitant. there's guys in the chat room making positive comments for Amsterdam that are putting the stream on and sharing it for everyone involved with pool. I think it's a fantastic exhibition they put on here, using their own money. You know, these guys, they don't charge an entry fee either. It's free for everyone, and this stream is free for everyone also. So unless you're paying for the stream, I'd just prefer if you keep your negative comments to yourself and just enjoy.
Yeah, Amsterdam does have the a couple league finals coming up Monday, and they have a playoff match, semi-final match Saturday. Amsterdam will be streaming that live, and then they'll have the finals match for the Straight Pool League being streamed live as well. So a couple other matches, if you guys are interested in watching Straight Pool at all, will be coming up later on in this week.
Efren will be at the Derby City Classic. I believe after this weekend, he will be traveling down that way.
Yeah, Mika as well.
Mika's got a couple of events prior to that. Efren actually will be at the Kerem Cafe over in Flushing, Queens for a memorial event, an 8-ball event tomorrow. It would be hastened to add there. We've got a great weekend of pool in New York right now.
Yeah, that's being put on by Ira Lee, exceptional person, and he's got some new light stuff that we'll be seeing at the Predator events coming up soon, so we'll look out for that. But looks like Mika's got a nice little run here. He came up a little short on the 4. He would have liked to come a little further down so he could play the 6 in the side, but he'll have to do a little more work. Maybe play for the 6 in the opposite left corner. Yeah, he went 3 rails for the 6 in the other corner. Nice shot there.
Yeah, very nice.
And then it's almost a stop out after that.
Enjoyed that. This is the way that Mika plays. He likes to play at a nice, fast rhythm.
Yeah, no slow play here. Not quite as fast as you, Del, but no slow play here.
He's a bit more accurate. I'll give him that. But when you're a multiple world champion, playing arguably the GOAT.
The Ghost.
So for me, I mean, I'm going to be controversial here and say that my favorite player of all time is actually Earl Strickland.
Oh, that's very controversial.
Very controversial.
I like that. I like that.
Don't get me wrong, Efren brought so much to the game. He brought knowledge, he brought a different style of play. You know, he introduced how good you could be at multiple games. You know, you're not just talking 9-ball, you're talking 10-ball, 1 pocket, straight ball, banks. The guy could do it all. But for me, in the game of 9-ball and the TV era, someone like Earl, as much as a character as he was, he's not always been the way that he is. But he made a fantastic impact on the game for me, and that's why I think he'll always have a place in my heart as the greatest of all time.
Especially 9-ball. I would find a lot of players would agree with you on the 9-ball aspect there.
You know, take away his off-table antics and, you know, his talking and things like that. He is a character, but if you look at how dominant the guy was at 9-ball, oh my God.
Yeah, there was a time it seemed like no one could beat him.
And it was a beautiful power play, you know. It was always that kind of that kind of arrogance that came with the game that I think you needed back in the 80s and 90s.
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
I think you hit the 1 into the 8 and get the cue safe behind the 4 and the 9. Hope the 8 doesn't go in. Hope the 8 doesn't go in.
Hope the 8 doesn't go in.
A little scary there, but he played a good shot. He would have been a little unfortunate to pot the 8 in that situation.
Yeah, and he's not really left it over the hole for Mika to attack. It's slightly off the rail there.
Yeah, Mika has a couple blockers if he wants with the 4-9, or he could play aggressive.
Here's the thing, I mean, we are playing on a Brunswick here.
Yeah, he chose to play a bit aggressive.
And the pockets are generous, shall we say.
Yeah, nice shot by Mika there.
Showing great bank knowledge.
And that was played definitely because the pockets are nice and standard.
We're going to say that these pockets here are slightly larger. The room is a predominantly straight pull room. So there's a lot of straight pull that gets played here. So the pockets are set up in that fashion. I think they're around 4.75 inch.
Yeah, some of the commentators or some of the people on the stream are talking about Mike Siegel. Mike Siegel also was another phenomenal American beast in all the games. Really a straight pull, phenomenal player, and 9-ball. He just dominated everything. You'd have to bring Alan Hopkins into that same realm. There's a lot of great
Alan
players.
Hopkins too. Wow, yeah.
This is just Dell's favorite player, but there are a lot of great players in that era. Alan played all the games well, including one pocket and straight pull.
Should I have said that's just my opinion?
Yeah. I'm
not
looking
the
on the
be-all and
notes.
end-all.
Yeah, guys are getting like a little crazy out there.
Oh, I think it's one of the best conversations that's out there,
Yeah.
But it is personal opinion only. There's never going to be. Doesn't matter how many U.S. Opens they win, how many world titles they win.
But definitely, entertainment-wise, you'd have to throw Earl in there with Efren.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They've had some battles along the way as well. Great stuff on YouTube that you can watch and tune into.
Nice out by Mika, the Iceman.
Just giving a little fist pump there. So Mika really wants this. Let's just look at the score. Looks like that is 6-4.
7-4, actually, Del.
We
We're at
just
7-4.
went up another one, 7-4.
Master of Ceremonies, John Lehman, putting the rack together for Mika. I'm going to try to give a little bit of rack knowledge here. If he does break from the right side, as they have been, I would gamble that the 1, 5, 6, 8 are going to be up table. Let's see if that's true, and he'll make the 4 in the corner. So 1, 5, 6, 8 are going to be at the top half of the table. The 8 went all the way up and came back down, so
Everything got kicked in a bit.
he's looking pretty good on the 1, though. The 2 ball's in a bad spot. It may go on the side. I think there's enough room by the 7 to play it in the left side if Mika can get over there between the 8 and 9 position.
I love doing commentary with Mike. His passion and knowledge for the game on the scientific level is unbelievable. If there's a lot of people who just kind of like free stroke and play the game and for the love of it, Mike figures out every single angle, every single possibility that comes with the game. And those people that have been coached by him have been, very beneficial from that. If you can understand, just what goes into the game from a physical aspect, not just the mental side, but just the physics involved in this game are unbelievable. I think out of everyone that I've watched, Efren probably has the best handle on every single angle. I mean, Einstein theorized that there was over 5 million different shots.
He might play a safe behind the 7 here, or he could play aggressive again.
Nope,
Chose a safe behind the 7.
But I don't think he got there. I think he's leaked out just a touch. What do you reckon? Efren knows 4.5 million shots?
Maybe 4.6.
Well, maybe 4.6.
Del, thank you for your comments. Del is one of my favorite players to play here out of Amsterdam. I've had quite a few battles with him, and he's actually strengthened my game, and hopefully I've had the same effect on him. But we definitely like playing each other quite a bit here.
You've helped me sleep at night, mate. Put it that way.
Might be a window with a view here between the 2 and the 6 and the 9 on that 2 ball. That would be a little brutal for Efren if that's the case.
We call that the Watford Gap back home. So those in the UK will know what I mean. Right through the Watford Gap. Just a reminder, the race is to 15, so this is an exhibition to 15. Great shot by Mika there.
That was a great safety he played.
Thanks to everyone out there that's sharing the stream for us. The numbers are slowly creeping up. We're about to get into the crux of this. We're about halfway through right now.
Del, if something does come up that we want to replay, I think Rad can probably accommodate us, so just send me a reminder over here.
I will, mate. I'll shout out loud. Wow. Efren played that with inside, and it just checked up off that first rail.
The table's playing a little wet, surprisingly, with all these lights on. It seems to be coming up a little short.
It does, yeah. Which is unlike this table. Now Mika has ball in hand. He's already 3 racks ahead, and he doesn't look like he's going to give Efren any opportunities. If he can win by a 7-frame margin, he certainly will.
You know, I've watched quite a few of Mika's matches, and he seems to be one of these guys where everyone just plays their best game on him. You know what I mean? I've seen some of the greatest shots ever played against Mika.
You're one of those guys too. I see everyone have their best game against you.
Well, that's the only way that I lose, Del. I mean, you know, Mika he's such a phenomenal player, and sometimes guys just, if anyone's seen some of his, like Chris Melling's game against him that's gotten viral, pretty crazy. I've seen Efren play one of the greatest matches ever against Mika in the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Corey Duel just did a break and run exhibition on him, you know, one year. It's been a little brutal for Mika. And
Corey's got that in his locker, though. Corey just comes out the gate swinging sometimes, and it's unfair.
Right, but yet Mika still has won so many championships despite all that.
Yeah. But, yeah, I agree with you. People often forget that Mika really dominated the 10s, if you like. He was player of the decade between 2010 and 2020, I believe. And that's no mean feat to be that type of person. Can get some bad press sometimes, but he does truly treat the game as a professional.
Oh, absolutely. I know Mika's got some emotional leakage sometimes. He gets a little upset with himself or some scenarios, but overall, he's a class guy, you know, does the right thing. He's also done quite a few charity events, you know, over the years where other guys aren't willing to do that. You know, it shows that he does care about pool aside from
100%.
just a performance standpoint.
And he's not finished yet. He keeps himself in great shape. And he'll be playing for another 20 years, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, there's been a little pep in his step recently, too. You know, we won't say anything has any influence on that. But, yeah, he's been shooting really well lately.
He doubles his lead, takes a gap to 4 racks over Efren. Efren kind of slumped in his chair off camera. If guys just want to have a quick look.
Well, guys, we'll talk to the technicians a little bit. Sorry if it's a little too much TV action. A lot of times on these live streams, they don't have any capabilities to move it around. So this is a little bit new software, so might be a little excited with the camera angles, but trying to give you guys the best views. Don't be too hard on them. It's a pretty amazing product when you get to look at it. He will also have this up later on YouTube and probably edited. So if you guys want to check it out after the complete editing is done. Might be a different product. Come on, show Rad some love, guys. Pretty amazing match you're getting to watch because of him. Yeah. The channel is going to be Billiards Media, guys, if you want to check out some of his other streams.
One of the guys said that Efren's sandbagging. He'll get a better game with Efren on the private table later, off the stream.
All right. Brooke from the other side. He needs the cue to stop so he can get position on the 2, which he got.
Much better result. And if he can get straight in on the 3, he's got a stop shot to the 4.
You'll see John Lehman be a referee and move the rack without moving any of the balls. And this is a pretty natural out. The 3 leads naturally to the 4 ball, 4 to the 6. I'll have to go 1 rail or around the 9, but nothing complicated here.
Just 2 rails and back into perfect shape. A stop shot will just be lovely.
Right, he'll play the 7 in the side and the 8-9 in a pretty foregone conclusion. So it's a good little rack here for Efren to get some more points on his side of the board.
6 to the 7 will be great. My boy Melina Mike, I can't wait for you to go to the derby, bro. I'm really looking forward to that.
Do you attack the 8 here or try to miss it? I think he's going to attack the 8 and play position for the 7 in the corner now.
I don't like touching the 8 at all. He's going to come around it.
Okay, he was able to avoid it.
Yeah,
nice,
perfectly.
Nice shot there. I mean,
beautiful touch shot.
Able to miss the 8 and not have it be a problem. Good choice there by Efren, of course. always a good choice by Efren.
If you guys don't know Molina Mike, add him as a friend on Facebook if he's got any room left. That guy needs to set up a page because that guy lives and breathes the sport. Does a lot of great things for a lot of people that are involved with it. And I can't believe we still haven't met, although he lives on the other side of the planet. The planet to me is the USA.
The USA.
There he goes.
There is
back on the board.
There is a shirt out there that says "What would Efren do?" that I kind of like.
I do like that. Is it Fast and Loose? Fast and Loose that do that?
It might be Fast and Loose.
What would Efren do?
Has a picture of his face, says "What would Efren do?" And that is pretty much the go-to.
Well, we know what he needs to do now. He needs another 3 just to tie it up here with Efren, with Mika. How you doing, Ed? Ed down at Sandcastle Billiards over in Edison, New Jersey. Another fantastic proponent for the game. Really looks after his players and puts on some great shows down at Sandcastle. And I believe that's where Earl is the pro player now. So if you want lessons with Earl, give Ed Ladawi a shout.
John did just say that they'll be taking a break after this rack, so we will have a 10-minute break after this rack, guys. So just a little heads up if you need to go take care of anything. I'll have a few minutes in between the next rack. We are doing a race to 15. If you guys are just coming up to the table, this is Mika Immonen about to shoot versus Efren Reyes, who's in the chair at the moment.
Thanks, Dennis. We're up to 1.4 now. Just keep giving it a push as we get to the end of this. I imagine that a lot of people will come back in for the end, the last part of this game. We are going to take a break, like Mike just said.
Just want to do a quick shout out to my friend Stephen Root. Thanks for watching, bud. It's been a while. I hope Chainstar is doing well. And I think he can kill the cue ball on this one and stay on the left side of the table for the 2. He has pretty big window with the 7. He'd have to get a little unlucky not to have shape off the 2 with how far out the 7 is. So the 3 to the 4 is really the only challenge I see this rack.
Yeah, 2 to the 3. I mean, 3 to the 4s, depending on how he lands on it, that could get funny.
Yeah, he's probably going to try to play a 3-rail position or more likely a Z pattern from the 3 to the 4.
Yeah, I like to play low on this and just come one rail and stun it back center table.
Yeah, the 3 to the 4 is really, I mean, I think he's going to play a Z, come above the 8 and go over to the right side of the table, but he could try to play 3 rails. It's just
a drill. This is a drill. You know, this is back and forth.
Yeah.
This is one of those drill shots you practice.
He might actually be able to play past the 7. Yeah, he's able to play past the 7, so he's a little thicker on it than we thought. This is a nice little play there. He'll play the 4 on the right, 5 and 7 in the left, and then a stop shot in the 8 for the 9 in the right corner. He should be pretty easy here to get out.
Mika's one of those players that doesn't like to be predictable, so I don't like to guess what he's trying to do. But you can. Mike's very good at getting inside people's heads. So you came a little bit far there. That wasn't the best shot, but again, he'll use a little bit of inside.
I like going 2 rails by the corner pocket here, by the right corner, just trying to swivel out of there. I went 1 rail. You like the 2-rail route there or 1 rail?
I prefer 2 rails personally, but yeah, each to their own. You know, if you like to draw it on and off there, sometimes you can fall short or overcook that. But if you're Mika, you finish perfectly dead straight.
As long as you land with a stop shot on the 8 to the 9, I guess you can't argue, right? Yep. All right, guys. So a brief break here. Quick shout out to Chum Run.
Switch over to John Lehman.
We know him as Ping. Hope you're doing well, Ping.
I believe our mic is going to stay live. So guys, any questions, fire away. Me and Mike will still be listening.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a little announcement about the leagues coming up. So John's talking about the leagues. This is the last week of the playoffs. So Monday will be the playoffs here at Amsterdam Billiards. We will have the straight pull match live at around 6:30 or 7, I believe 6:30. And Steve Lipsky's waiting for a match that's going to commence Saturday at noon. That'll be Tim Edmonds versus Tony Robles. And most New Yorkers are familiar with Tony Robles. They got a raffle going on right now with Chuck Ali.
Hey guys, we will be about 5 to 10 minutes here. Players just taking a rest break. This is my opportunity for to get another bucket of Stella. The waitresses are being kept incredibly busy here tonight.
Yeah, we do have an amazing staff here at Amsterdam Billiards. David Padilla, the general manager, helps organize these things for Greg Hunt, the owner. Great experience here for the regulars that come in here and play, and onlookers here, especially for Efren versus Mika match.
Yeah, that's not a bad question. How many hours has Efren played pool for in his life?
Probably more hours than he slept.
So I like that Earl said that he's hit over 3 million balls. He's made over 3 million balls in his career.
Made, that's not shot at, that's made.
That's made, yeah. Obviously, because every ball he shoots at, he makes, right?
Earl also said that he's never missed a ball. I've heard him actually quote that.
So, if you want to sign up for one of the challenge matches, see Mr. David Padilla. He has the list. He's over here. If you wish to sign up for one of the challenge matches, David is over here. If you wish a raffle ticket, shut and a lovely fun of going out with a raffle ticket.
If you are down here, they are raffling off a ticket as well for 2 signed Efren cues. And there's a lot of locals here signing up to play the man himself. Again, it doesn't cost them anything. All put on by Amsterdam Billiards here.
Notice a lot of pros here are watching this. Mike DeShane, who's probably a Moscone Cup possibility, just logged on. Thanks for sweating this, Mike.
I'll try to get you to see the okay?
We have about 7 more minutes till we start again.
I also saw Jacoby logged on. Thanks for watching this, Brandon. Hope it's a good show for you guys.
Hey, what's up, Zane? No, nothing for me in Toronto just now. I know they do have a good venue there with Corner Billiards. Is that right? Jim White's place. I would love to make a visit up there. I was in Toronto back in 2012. It was the last time I was there, actually. But would love to come back now that you've moved over from the UK, bud. Oh, we've got some action in the room. There you go, Mike. Melina's definitely got action for anyone that probably wants anything against Efren.
Bradley's going to come down, and I think
Guys, we are just on a small break. We should be back in around 5 minutes. Thanks everyone for staying logged on. Hopefully you're getting some refreshments. Ready for the second half of this game. Just going to refresh my screen as well. Just a reminder, this is a race to 15, so we're about, I'd say this is about the halfway point. Efren needs to hit a gear if he's going to catch up with Mika. Mika's going to push on. I'd love to see him catch a gear and try and bring this one back level.
Yeah, Mika's signing some shafts right now.
Q shafts, right?
Are those Mez shafts?
No, I think they're fan. They're just fan shafts.
All right.
Fans asking for Mika to sign their shaft. Sounds ominous. You notice there's a lot of entente in pool.
There is.
Balls, shafts.
It's a lot of fun to do commentary with those words. The Derby City Classic is coming up, guys, for those of you interested. But I heard that the 14-1 George Fells Memorial Challenge is not going to be a part of that anymore. But we're hoping that changes soon and that we get straight pull back in that. I'm a big straight pull lover. I know Dell is as well. Dell actually plays out of the straight pull league here at Amsterdam Billiards, and he really does appreciate straight pull. Talking about straight pull, my buddy Bob Coates is in the audience watching the match. He's a big straight pull lover.
I have to take back that.
Yeah, so we'll try and keep the stream on if some of the guys want to watch some of the locals take on Efren. That'll be occurring about 9 p.m. this evening, BST. So that being about an hour and 15 minutes, they're going to play some exhibition matches off table with some lucky players that have managed to get on the list. Hey Mike, do you think Efren will sign my chest and I'll never wash again?
Yes.
My cord is the lightning fast cord.
There's a nice picture that someone brought in that Efren's signing.
Lovely.
There's an amazing amount of energy here in the room. I hope that everyone's appreciating this outside, but very lively here at Amsterdam Billiards. Guys, I'm going to have a...
All right, we got about 4 minutes.
We got 4 minutes before he starts, guys. John just gave the announcement.
Let's get it done.
Look at the camera.
I want this girl's telephone number. Okay? You gotta give me her telephone number, bro. I want her telephone number.
It's me. It's me. You don't want.
She looks so cute.
Michael just ruined that hat. Or Dell, I'm not sure.
I don't think her husband's gonna like that too much. It's all good.
Guys, we'll be commencing here shortly. We are here live at Amsterdam Billiards, 11th Street, between 3rd and 4th Avenue. You're watching Efren Reyes versus Mika Immonen. We're having an exciting match at the moment. Current score is 9-5 in favor of Mika over Efren. This is a race to 15, guys. I'm actually going to do a quick shout out to Upstate Al. We were just at Turning Stone Classic, Dell and I, and had a good time over there.
Yeah, it was a great time out. I just went up for the weekend. Wasn't playing this one, but...
Oh, yeah, that's right. But you did do commentary, and it was nice to have you in the booth again, Dell. It's always a pleasure.
All right, everybody, get in your seats. We're about to start again. All right. I'm sure there's more. Let's get underway, guys.
So Efren does normally charge for autographs, but he will be doing them for free here tonight because Amsterdam's covering his fee to be in the ring and to do these exhibition matches and obviously to take selfies and sign whatever memorabilia these guys want.
Do a quick shout out to Chris Hogan. He used to be a regular here at Amsterdam. Franklin's watching as well. Good to see you guys on the stream. Elvis Rodriguez, who's actually taking part in that MMA charity event with the pool. But let's see, I think John's about to rack and we're about to get started again, so everyone's excited. Everyone came back to their seats. It looks like it's about 7 people deep or 6 people deep around this table. It's pretty phenomenal, actually.
Just going to ask Rad, can we just do a sweep of the audience again? See if, yeah, if we can just get everyone that's just kind of sweeping in here.
Yeah, we'll be on that in just a sec there, Del.
I think a guy wants to prove where he is to his wife. He hasn't been home for 3 days.
Yeah, he reserved his seat early.
He really did, yeah. Hasn't been home.
Alright, he continued to break from this left side. He had such a good result last time. That makes a lot of sense.
Missed the wing ball though.
Yeah, he's
made the 8.
Get a good roll and make the 8 there.
That was fortunate, but I don't think the 1 goes through the gap there.
It does not. Which means he's going to have to come up with some sort of creative safety, and if we did need something creative, we're looking at the right guy to do it. He could play a carom off the 1 and make the 5 and play position on the 1. Obviously risky. Yeah, that was a little easier to execute. He just played a straightaway safety to get him behind these 3 balls down the middle. I hit the right side of it and just played a natural roll.
Yeah, that was a beautiful safety.
A little easier to execute. We're going to get a replay of that straightaway safety to get him behind these 3 balls down the middle. I hit the right side of it and just played a natural roll.
Yeah, he just killed the cue ball and then it took the spin off that second rail. Worthy of the waistcoat.
Mika,
good hit, but scratched. Unlucky.
Mika's very unlucky because it might be a 1-2-9 combination, especially with where the 4 is. I could see him.
You think he'll attack the 2-9 just to get a quick one on the board?
He could. He is down by quite a bit, and that would change the momentum a bit.
Or do you think he just runs this out?
Not necessary, though, for him to do that.
Yeah, he's just got to run it out.
Yeah, he chose to run it out. I like that. It is a little off angle on the 2-9, and
They've just had a little break. They've had a little break. He wants to get his hand on the table. And he wants to send a message.
Yeah, it's a very natural run, too.
Sends a message that he's still in this fight.
Yeah, the gloves are off.
Yeah, he also just wanted, he doesn't like, he doesn't strike me as one of those guys that wants to get an easy combo. Just a nice touch. And no problems here, Mike.
Yeah, I actually like to go all the way down to the short rail. I'll see if he does that. He might not do that, but I would go all the way down. He's just accepting the middle of the table.
You're a maverick, Mike. You're a maverick.
I guess I probably like to move the cue ball a little more, have a little fun, you know.
I think Efren does too, but perhaps when you're 4 behind.
Yeah, time to play a little more simple.
Someone very smart told me play the table, play what the table gives you. Oh, Jeff got me with the waistcoat. Oh, what a comment.
Yep.
The waist goat. Great punnery. Great punnery. Can you expect that from a Brit
Well, you can.
that's lived in America half his life? Hope you're well, Jeff. Hope everything's going good out there in Long Island. He's normally a regular here at Amsterdam. I like to see Jeff drive down, but it's quite away from the seashore that he is. What's that? He's not quite in Montauk. What do they call that?
From the seashore, huh?
Out in Montauk, not just Montauk. What do they call that? Hamptons? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Long Island.
He's out there in the Hamptons. Yeah, Long Island.
The Long Islanders. Guys, one of the house pros that used to play at Amsterdam, a straight pull lover and league runner here, Danny Birdie, just got on the line, or on the stream. Do a quick shout out to him.
On the line?
Yeah,
Oh,
on
are
the
you,
line.
Are we on the line yet?
We are on the line. Danny's got a poster here. That's how famous Danny, or I should say a painting.
Has Danny escalated past the flip phone yet? Or
He has. He's actually
how's
not
he
on
even?
the way.
How's he on the line with the flip phone?
A Luddite. Mika has a great shot on the 1 here. Natural shape to the 3 to the 4. So this could be a pretty easy out for him. Assuming he doesn't make any unforced errors.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be too straight, and that's perfect. He can
Yeah.
use one rail and back out, or he can just draw straight. He can just draw straight down table, depending on how he wants to play this. I prefer to go forward and use the rail.
Yeah, it usually helps judge your speed when you go forward route, so I like that as well.
Yeah, he played that great, and the straighter he is, the better now, because he can just draw this back just half a foot.
He might be favoring the wrong side. We'll know shortly, but I think he's all right.
He can cheat the pocket. It's about a foot wide.
Yeah, you got the better angle than I do.
He did go forward, though, just because it's Mika, and I can't believe that's a scratch. Oh, my days. He nearly scratched from there.
Yeah, he took a little breather. Nice deep breath, as you can hear now on
I think the whole crowd took a breath.
on the
Oh, my
mic.
God.
He got a little nervous. I got a little nervous for him.
Should I have used the restroom in the break? I don't know. I think I might have now.
You probably don't need to anymore after that shot.
No.
He got a little straight on this, so he's going to have to pop this or go forward 2 rails. I suspect he'll go forward with a little bit of inside to get over there.
It looks like he's queuing low on the ball, Mike. So he had a couple of options. He just wanted to do one rail and out.
Yeah, so he popped it.
He plays that shot better than I think 90% of the players I see play that. He's able to control it very well.
Yeah, a lot of weaker players would jar that ball trying to execute that shot.
Yeah,
you know.
trying to give it the pace.
But Mika's quite exceptional at that shot.
Very
like I
nice.
said.
Thank you, Ed Briscoe, for the nice comment. I appreciate it. Me and Mike do a lot of commentary together. I think we balance each other out quite nicely.
Yeah, Del makes me laugh, and I keep it serious.
Yeah, he gives the pool nerds what they want. I just keep him in check.
All right, great shooting from Mika. And I believe Rad updated the score. Current score is 10-6 in favor of Mika over
10-6.
Efren.
So he keeps that four-rack lead that he's been preserving since before the break.
Yeah, I haven't seen many misses. A couple missed safeties, a couple unforced odd errors position-wise.
It really hasn't. I tend to agree with you. I mean, I don't think anyone's really missed in open play drastically without it being, a difficult cut shot or a risky positional play. Hey, thanks, Kenneth. I'll be down in Maryland for the next Maryland State 8-ball champions, I think, down in Brews and Q's in Baltimore. So I look forward to that for the guys from Lights Out Billiards, Jake Lawson and a few other friends.
When is that event?
That's going to be the weekend of February the 7th through the 9th.
Awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll be able to go there too.
Anytime, road partner.
Oh, actually, you know what? During that
break.
time, there's a tournament in Texas, actually, at Skinny Bob's, and I think I'll be competing in that one, but I might miss you.
Bit of Skinny Bobs. I love Skinny Bobs.
Yeah, I know, right? Ray Hansen's running that event. That
some
should be
great
fun.
rooms in Houston.
Have you gone to that event before?
I've been in Houston. I traveled there for a while. I went down down at Skinny Bob's and Bogey's as well. I believe it's Bogey's Billiards and Bar.
Well, this will be new for me, so I'm a little excited myself to get over there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the hotbed of pool was many moons ago. If you remember, Earl cut his teeth. They called him the Kid back then when he was playing in Houston. You can tell that was unlucky there.
All right, so Efren tried to use low outside, and he didn't have enough outside to twist off that right rail and get back past the 9-7. And he's going to be forced to kick this. He might kick two rails. He tried to low outside, and he didn't have enough outside
two rails
to
makes it a bigger
twist
ball,
off that
I think.
right rail.
It affords him a better opportunity to get the 3 safe. One rail is just with. I think there's too many anomalies there.
Yeah, you think he tries to get him behind the 8 or tries to play?
Yeah, what a shot. I mean, he's going to get very unlucky there.
Yeah.
If the 4's not there, that's a great shot.
Yeah, you think he tries to get him behind the 8 or tries to play probably another one chalked on to Mika's side.
I mean, he's going to get very
correct
unlucky
position
there.
on the 3 to the 4. There's a little distance, so he's got to control his draw very carefully.
I like that question. You're right, pool is a very accessible sport. If you think of the pros that play this game compared to, let's say, soccer, baseball, NFL, tennis, golf, there's no way you could get this close to those professional players and have the accessibility that we do on this. Even in snooker, you can't just walk up to a snooker player in their home room and, I find them to be very friendly here in America. You can go to pretty much any of their home rooms and speak to the pro and gain lessons with them. Sometimes they'll even shoot around with it. It's a highly accessible sport for pool.
It is. I met Ronnie O'Sullivan, and he was actually quite accessible, surprisingly, when he was in town for that.
If you're talking about the GOAT, he's probably the GOAT of all cue sports ever. For those that know Ronnie O'Sullivan from the snooker stage, he can just about do anything with a cue. But he's not an out-and-out 9-ball or American pool player, so earns far too much money playing snooker as Mika just runs out.
There's that pop shot again.
Yeah, that pop shot, see? Just plays on and off the rail. Do you think that him switching to the carbon fiber shaft has helped his game at all?
Mika's game's always been pretty incredible. He would definitely be capable of playing with a broomstick. I know he's a big fan of it. He likes it for several reasons. He is using a glove now that he went to the carbon fiber. He finds it a little more, how should I say, slick with the glove than when he had a wood shaft. And he is selling those gloves, but he does like the carbon fiber a lot, and he's a big fan of it. He does say it's a lot more powerful, and I would agree. I'm using the carbon fiber. I know you're a wood fan yourself.
I do love wood.
But there's
take that as you will.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to Hillary about that. But
oh no.
Yeah.
Hey.
But there's a lot of facets to the carbon fiber, and I know why companies are going that way with the straightness of the cue, the same feel every time, and the same deflection and swerve. It's hard to deny the possibility of everyone moving that direction in the near future. I hope I can get you on board soon there, Del.
You're welcome, mate. I look forward to it. It'll be fun. But you'll never get me on that.
Yeah, someone mentioned Jason Shaw on this, and Jason's one of those guys that's just very kind and very supportive and does a lot of charities. Quite the ambassador of the sport, much like our New York own Tony Robles.
He'll be there Sunday at the Players Brawl as well.
Oh, awesome. Like I said, he does a lot of charity events. I'll actually be over there as well with my wife Christine. We're excited to see that.
What a break there. Just when you're 11-6 up, you know, it's not like he needed a roll, but he's got a fantastic break there. And fully expect him just to extend his lead here. Efren really not really had done too much wrong, because the way I see it, Mika's just controlled this match start to finish. What do you think?
Yeah, 3 balls in the break, wide open rack. I don't like anyone playing against that guy. You know, it's just hard to win.
Yeah, the table is playing very generous, as you can see. You know, there is a lot of opportunity to move the cue ball around.
That is a characteristic of 9-ball, though. You have to fade the momentum, and when your opportunity comes, you have to dominate for a long period, you know, and that does create winners. But obviously very difficult if you don't get to the table, and if the momentum doesn't really switch. It's just been a Mika show pretty much.
It has been. That's the way he likes it, though. Oh, bad kick, but he's... Oh, well, actually, it's a lovely kick. Because we might see him move the cue ball now. Think he plays the bank here to hold this, or do you think he'll try and go around 3 rails?
I think he could go around 3 rails or play the 6 in the side if he wanted to go wide, or try to kill it with inside. He chose to kill it with inside and accept the longer shot.
Yeah, that was very nice.
So a lot of experience in choosing that route on that shot.
The scratch is huge here, though, right? He's going to have to use draw. I don't think he can follow this ball.
Yeah, he'll probably play the 6 or the 9 in the side with the draw stroke.
Oh, wow, he was able to kill that. That was perfect.
But the scratch wasn't there. We misread that angle. It's just a follow shot. But nice stroke by Mika.
He used a draw drag shot into that to allow the cue ball to follow. Great shot. Yes, guys, we are live. Mika just needs 3.
You know, watching Mika play pool is like listening to John Coltrane play saxophone. It's just high-end quality performance.
For those that don't know, Mike does play the saxophone, so he's qualified to make that comment.
And Efren plays as smooth as Miles Davis. I'll throw those 2 names at you in case you guys don't know. Super creative like Miles.
There's no analogy off the table here.
Or on the table. Yeah, guys, for those of you interested, Mika's been working out a lot, eating healthy, and just been a strong winner recently. And he always maintains his health and body, and he's doing very well in life. It's actually a pleasure to see him doing so well. Always a big fan of Mika myself.
Nice break there by Efren. Efren's got a shot at this, and I think we're going to see him move. He's going to work the cue ball a little now.
So Efren made 1 ball, Mika made 3. You know,
he has a little bit more power in the stroke, and
6 ball versus 8 ball, always tough. You know, in rotation.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's see what he can do. I mean,
do you try inside English and play short side on the?
No, I like to follow this with a high right.
A lot of obstacles.
A nice natural angle. I think even if he bumps any one of those balls, he's still going to be on the 3. So it's the 9 ball that I'm trying to avoid here.
Yeah, you're trying to attack the 8 and miss the 9 somehow?
Yeah, I'm trying to attack that. I mean, if he goes full into the 8, it would be lovely.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like that.
You can see he just overcut it slightly.
I think he overcut it to get the position on the cue. You know, that's
you can see it just came short. Even if he'd bumped the 8 there, he'd have been fine on the 3. And you see there, so he just overcut it slightly. It's come up nice.
I think he overcut it to get the position. Again, playing aggressive, but he might not get rewarded. 4-ball got in his way there, guys. Great shot, just not quite rewarded there. Again, but playing aggressive. Kick. If he might kick the 3 towards the upper right corner as we're looking at the screen, he might safe him behind the 7 and 5.
I've seen Mika jump at this before.
Okay, hit it too thin.
But I feel like he's respecting the old school ways, the no jumps.
I'll do a quick shout out to another pro, U.S. great player, Mosconi Cup player, Oscar Dominguez. Thanks for watching, man. We really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the match. I hope your room's doing well in California too. Hard times, a staple in California.
Wow, I think he's just got the outside edge of this. He can put a bit of right-hand side and he'll be able to just hold this.
Yeah, a little twister.
Yeah, just like that. Very nice.
Little twister.
The Filipinos play a lot of 15-ball rotation. You ever play that, Mike?
I have. It's an
interesting take on straight pull. But obviously playing the balls in order 1 through 15, it's a hell of a challenge if you've ever tried it.
Yeah, speaking of straight pull, a fun little challenge if anyone wants to practice straight pull. You can play straight pull and then play the last 5 in rotation. So you have to leave the last 5 balls up on the table at the end, and you have to do it in rotation. See how strong that is. I watched Thorsten Holman run a lot of balls doing that, and I was inspired. Good little exercise if you guys want to try something at home.
I'm just going to dip out the booth after this one. I'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Alrighty. Another Stella? All right, guys, a nice run for Efren. 7-12 is our score. See Mr. Tony Robles there in the background. Nestle Han, our house crew. Greg in the background. We got Amir watching, good guy. Regular here at Amsterdam. A lot of straight pull players, Sammy, Bob, Chuck. Gotta do a little shout out to all my boys. Lenora, hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, guys, the players brawl. Is going to be Nanuet at her spot. So, Lenore, thanks for watching. And a good break by Mika, but not really rewarded. He's probably going to have to play a safety. And what he'll do is he'll play the 1 ball roll up on the 2. He doesn't like letting Efren kick. It's always a bit of a tall order to make the safety tough enough for Efren not to get a good reward, but he's been pretty favorable this match, to be honest. A little more favorable than what is standard with playing against the great Efren Reyes. Called the magician because of what he does when he's in a bad spot and how he gets out of it. Yeah, someone mentioned John Schmidt and straight pull. John, a good friend of mine, always fun to have him around. Hopefully we can get him in New York sometime soon, maybe do an exhibition of his 626 run. Looking forward to talking to John soon about that. Lots of projects on the board here at Amsterdam Billiards. And Dell's coming back to return with us. He'll be on the live here in a sec. And if Efren can get deep on this 1, he could get a good result and possibly leave Mika in the bad spot. Okay. He felt like it was better to go ahead and hit it a little firmer and try to get a good roll. And Dell is back on, guys, so
Thank you so much.
Welcome, Dell.
Thank you. Just had to take a quick break. What did I miss? 12-7? Efren got 1 back?
Yeah, Efren did close out that rack when you left. He's was able to get out after Mika did that kick on the 4.
Yeah, I think Mika's going to have a nice side-to-side here. Just put the cue ball behind that wall with the 7-2-9.
Yeah, I like the shot he played. You know, that's a
shot.
It's a pretty natural roll. The 3 ball does come into play, and that would be brutal if you could see.
He just got a little wrist flick. There was a little wrist flick off camera there.
Yeah, we got the. I like the shot he played. My favorite dance of Mika's.
And then we're going to see the jump cue come out. Full cue, maybe?
Yeah, he's going to go full cue. He does use a town tip, which he's a big fan of, and I've definitely tried and loved it for some time. A lot of good jump cues out there and a lot of good jump tips, but he's favored to make that ball and just came up short. Might get a good roll.
I think it's leaked. I definitely think that's leaked out there.
Yeah. I like how he played the one, and it's a little unfortunate. The table has been playing a little short, and I think that's why he got stuck there. But nice aggressive play.
That three was huge, but I agree with you. I do like to see the aggressive play.
And Efren came a little short there. He really wanted to go a little wider, get more straight in on the three.
Yeah, he's come a bit funny here. When it's that close to the rail, the 5 ball becomes huge here.
I didn't realize this, but Efren plays with a longer cue than what's standard. And he's
the bump on the 5 was huge there. Do you think he plays with a longer cue?
I know he does, yeah, because I've shot quite a few times on this table, and I've never had a problem with the pillar, and he was very close to the pillar there, so this has to be a longer cue. It must be a 60-inch.
What a beautiful shot!
Wow,
he hit the center of the pocket. Wow. So that didn't even touch the sides.
Has to be a longer cue. That's the Efren Reyes we know and love, right there.
Switching up lefty. What a beautiful shot!
Wow.
He hit the center of the pocket.
I'm surprised he's using the rest. He plays lefty exceptionally well.
Might just be a bit of a stretch though. He's a small chap. He hasn't got the Highlanders reach.
Yeah, he's got the Filipino reach.
Yeah, he come out nice there. A lot of people would go for it. If he was able to reach that, he'd have gone forward, but just with the rest, he just had to make sure of making that one.
I see Jimmy Rivera's also on the stream. Thanks for watching, Jimmy. He'll also be there at that event Sunday. Natural one rail out or 2 rails around?
2 rails.
Yeah, 2 rails.
Yeah, beautiful.
Always a couple options, but to go the 2 rail was a little more natural. You could use running English as opposed to inside. So
see what the crowd can give him, a little boost.
Yeah, a little pep in the step. Yeah, guys, David Padilla there off to the side. Current score is 12-8 in favor of Efren. Easily surmountable lead, but Efren's got to control the table when he gets to it, and since it is alternate break, it does favor Mika from this point.
Yeah, 100%.
David, I totally agree with you. To be able to play billiards and make a living like Mika and Efren have done, pretty exceptional. I do think it's a fruitful life to be able to play pool for a living.
I don't think it's even 1% of players. It's got to be like 0.02 of people that can actually say they've made a living from playing pool.
He's playing the 5 ball, went back to the left side, and you can see the one tracking towards the corner. He wants the 2 ball to stop.
Ooh, 2 ball got in his way.
He's smiling. He knows he got a bad roll. Efren always does take the bad rolls better than most.
Someone just refilled my glass, so I'm grateful to them.
Ben Yoon is watching. He's a friend of mine.
Beer fairy.
We practice quite a bit.
Do you like this 1 rail kick, or is he going to try and spin this 2 rails to get it safe?
I like 2 rails. I feel like a lot more good can happen off the 2 rail.
1 rail, you can make this ball. Oh my God, he's
pushing out. He's pushing out. He's pushing out to the bank.
Forgot that was a break. I got super excited there. I was like, I was about to see something I'd never seen before.
12 rails. Safety.
Damn it.
Sorry. I'm surprised you haven't called the bank yet.
I was more excited about my beer coming in and I got all confused.
Bank it, bank it, bank it.
Bank it.
Yeah, Mika actually is an exceptional banker. The position off the bank, I don't think is there, so I think he's going to play it safe.
Yeah, has to play safe. I mean, he found a nice gap there as well. That wasn't easy.
Yeah, quick shout out again to Jason. Glad you're sweating it, man. Really appreciate it. Jimmy, all you guys. Oscar Lee. Thanks, guys. We really do appreciate it. If you guys can hit share, get some more likes, get some more people sweating this, be awesome.
Yeah, he managed to get that 1 ball really tight to the rail, so this makes this safety, although you can see it, it makes this safety so much harder because He's always risking the double hit.
See, the queue is definitely longer. He's playing with a much longer queue than what is standard.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, see that was really tough to control, and it's leaked out. And this is a great chance for Mika just to extend to that 5-game lead again.
Mika or Mika?
Mika. I guess the effects of Stella are real. I'm joking.
Mika the Hitman? Just kidding, guys. Speaking of the Hitman, quick shout out to Thorsten. Maybe he's sweating this match too.
Yeah, Thorsten's a big fan of Amsterdam. Comes down, always looked after.
Yeah, he's a great guy and
He recently had his 40th birthday here.
great person to have here. Yeah,
Just had his 40th birthday party in Amsterdam just last year. That was a great night. I don't remember much of it.
yeah. Thanks to Roy's Basement for sharing this as well, guys. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to watching your streams coming up too, guys. Mika is going to Derby. One of his friends said that Mika's going. Maybe I can get in the car with him.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, it was a really good safety by Mika that allowed him to get to the table like this. He's just going to use a low right, come 2 rails round for the 6. And then it's stop shot, stop shot. Oh no, the 8's there. I thought he'd be on the 9.
Yeah, he'll swing around 2 rails and try to get pretty straight on the 8. Short rail, long rail.
Yeah, this is nice.
Almost where the queue is now, just a little further to the left.
I'm going to say it, but Mika's put on a clinic tonight. He's controlled the table from start to finish.
He went the other way on me, but came up short. I think he was actually trying to get that position. I would have used draw. I'm a little surprised he used follow there.
I
Follow is
think
crossing
he
line,
knows he's ahead, and he might just be adding a little flair for the players and everybody that's watching here.
Well, this is what you would call a blind cut, and this particular shaft is really awesome in this shot. I love playing these shots with a Revo-like, or the Ignite-like, or the Black-like.
He doesn't want it on the rail.
Carbon fiber shaft.
He played a very nice shot there, but wanted an extra roll there just to take it off the rail. You really have to cue these ones nicely, and I don't know if people know, but Mika's been playing a lot of Chinese pool recently.
Yeah, didn't he recently win the 8-ball championship?
He did. He won the Portuguese Open up in Lisbon.
Yeah, strong field there.
And for those that know, Chinese 8-ball is that mixture of snooker and American pool. So played on a 9 to 4.5, but with snooker cut pockets and American size balls. Again, there's that entente we're talking about.
Yeah, so snooker pockets, he means rounded corner pockets and side pockets. So it makes it where it spits the ball out a little easier. You have to be a little more precise in the pocketing. So
when you come to a table like this and you've been playing Chinese pool for the last 6 months, it's you can see where he's kind of like his cueing looks effortless.
yeah, it's like going from a snooker table to a bar box.
Correct, yeah, pretty much.
And not even a bar box, let's say like a Gandhi or like a Valley.
Again, you know, snooker's probably the number one cue sport in Finland. So obviously Mika would have been playing that as a youngster, and then made the switch to American pool quite early. But a lot of the players that we see are avid snooker players. Darren Appleton, Jason Shaw, they can all hold a cue. Carl Boyes, Darryl Peach.
Okay, so he went with the cup break there.
Look at that for a break. Oh my
And
god.
if the 2-ball doesn't get blocked by the 7, which it did,
It did.
would have been a hanger.
Oh my days.
Another
Didn't he-
3 balls on the break.
That was a beast.
As someone's mentioning, Mika needs to play SBB. There was actually an action match that was played at Amsterdam Billiards where Mika did play Shane. And I got to admit, Shane was much more prepared for that match than Mika. Mika had been playing great, but he was just not in form that match. And Shane put a break and run clinic.
Nobody needs to play Shane right now. Shane's
Yeah.
a beast. I don't think anyone should challenge Shane for cash until he like drops off the radar a little.
My buddy Foster Stevens here saying
the bank.
hello. It's good to have him around Amsterdam. He's one of the ones that coordinates what Mika a lot for a lot of his events. Takes care of some other players as well. Mika pushed out, and it
I
looks
think
like
Mika will take the bank, you know. I think Mika's going to bank this. Do you think he can hit this hard enough where he can get enough just to control this?
if he can hit it thick enough,
He
maybe.
can play like a two-way shot, no? Yeah, he tried it. He tried the one-pocket shot.
Yeah, but he hit it too thin. He didn't have a thick enough angle to get the cue ball
Yeah,
away.
you're right. Did hit it too thin. He tried to use inside English, and that ended up imparting onto the two, which took it into the cue ball.
And 7 ball's big here, so well, someone used flash. We gotta tell that customer no flash.
No flash photography.
No flash photography, guys. Sorry,
I think the lights
I'm
are
yelling
bright
at the
enough.
streamers. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, everybody saw that. When you do use flash, it really does light the room up.
Yeah, Efren now is a steeper cut, and when people do that, do something that sharks them, a lot of times it doesn't affect the initial shot, but the position of the
I
shot.
think two-way here, five onto the 9. Sorry, 5 on the bank,
5 bank.
and then Karam on the 9.
If he does it, he's going to have a tough shot in the 7.
If
I
he
think.
does it, the crowd's going to go wild.
Yeah, but he's doing it. He's got to win a rack, so he's going to go for it.
Oh, he went for both. Missed both. Unlucky. Left a hanger. Does it, the crowd's going to go wild.
Yeah, but he's doing it. He's got to win a rack, so he's going to go rolls
Oh,
here.
he went for both. Missed both. And as we all know, if you in 9 ball, you definitely need a roll or two. And Mika's had the fair share of opportunity here. Oh, and there it is. Did we just commentator curse him?
Yeah.
That's the first miscue I've seen. And perhaps he was just trying to avoid the scratch there and dug into it a bit too deep.
Yeah, there. Perhaps he was trying to get Efren a couple more racks so the match is close.
No, we spoke to Mika beforehand. He was saying he's not going to give him anything. That was a nice shot. That was a fantastic shot, in fact. Wouldn't be surprised if the jump cue comes out here. No, we spoke to
Definitely one of the best
Mika
shots of the
beforehand.
match,
He was saying he's not going to give him
Get a
anything.
replay?
That was a fantastic
Yeah, there we go.
shot. That was a nice shot. That was a fantastic shot.
Nice two-way shot there. If he made the bank, he would have had the 7.
Mika likes to go toe-to-toe, though, and with Mika being a known kick shot player, Mika's not shy of making a kick himself. Very easy to get the jump cue here and just...
Yeah, some guys are talking about Kopin Yi and Shane.
Nice shot. That was nice. He needs to
Kopin
settle
Yi is
down.
a sick player.
Leaked out.
I don't think anyone wants to play Kopin Yi, but I don't think Kopin Yi is running to play Shane either. So,
Isn't Ko? It's Baby Ko, right?
Yeah.
Baby Ko is number 1 in the
Baby
world right
Ko.
now. That's how I know the difference between them.
Versus Papi Ko.
Papi Ko.
Yeah, the Ko brothers are both killing. Just beautiful strokes.
Chinese Taipei, right?
Yeah.
What a nice stroke that was by Efren. Efren attacked the 9 there as well. And look where the 8 ball's going to finish. This is perfect. Nice ripple of applause.
Yeah, he can kill it or he can go multi-rail. I like to kill it, but let's see what Efren does.
That wasn't easy from where he was.
No, that wasn't at all. Quality shot.
Look, he was trying to trying to control both balls though.
Oh no. Just when I thought Efren was going to get back in this match. Sorry guys, we bumped the mic there. No, apologize there, but a little rough for Efren to miss that shot.
Yeah, that was
Mika's on the hill now.
We're going to try and get David Padilla, the GM, in the box with us. So it'll be 3 of us. We're going to bring him over in just a moment. Yeah, that was a big miss by Efren. He'll know that he just leaked out, and that was a huge rack. Mika's on the hill now. So Efren needs every rack from here on out.
Yeah, I agree with Glenn that the top 10 or 15 players, really the top 20 players, are a toss-up in a race to 100. Obviously, it really just comes down to the break. All guys are performing at a very high level, so it's not really. I wouldn't feel comfortable betting on any guy in the top 15. So it looks like Efren's playing the cross corner and nailed it.
What a fantastic shot. Definitely a replay on that
Looks
shot.
like Efren's, yeah, we got the replay, guys. Cross corner bank, not rewarded. He nailed it. He's got a tough shot before. He's going to have to bank one more.
And you're gonna.
We do have the other master of ceremonies, David Padilla, jumping into the booth with us here. And a great shot by Efren to get around the 5 and make the bank. It was pretty natural, but he still had to execute it.
Yeah, that was a fantastic out. This is, for me, this has been the rack of the match by Efren. He needed to turn it up, and he did.
He's accepting a little longer shot, so he's obviously not trying to do too much.
No. He knows now. Most people know when the jig's up. And you can see him putting a little bit more effort into this one. I like that.
So 9-14, guys, in favor of Mika. And
Let's get some words from the big man himself, David the Killer Padilla.
Hey guys, how's it going?
great, David. How are you?
I am excellent. Such a great turnout. And these two incredible players. Which is
Oh, thanks. I mean, what about the people on the table? Hey.
Three incredible
Oh, man.
players here.
Three
David's,
incredible.
David's not no slouch.
I can hold my own for the most part, but you guys are amazing players.
What do you think of it so far, David?
So far, I mean, these guys are putting on a show. You know, I knew that Mika wasn't gonna let up. He was just gonna play really hard, and Efren is just effort. You never know what you're gonna get with him, and you're gonna expect nothing but greatness from both of them.
We've noticed he's not really had much of the role. But
Surprisingly on these kind of tables too.
he stayed nice and aggressive. And Mika really trying to close out the match here. I don't think he's going to do it off this one though. This
What do you
is
think?
safety.
Corner hook safety or put him behind the 9 safety? Probably put him behind the 9. I like the corner hook.
The
Nipple hook is my favorite.
We're not allowed to say nipple live
Oh,
on air.
I'm sorry. That's right.
But we can say it all we like.
The
but
nickel hook.
The nickel.
The
It's a
nickel
Isn't
hook.
it called a nickel?
The nickel
The
hook.
other
You
side is
guys
the
ever seen
dime
the nickel
and
hook
yeah,
before?
exactly.
Oh, he's going to try and. I
see.
think he's going to try. No, he can't. He's going to come behind the 9.
Yeah, he's still trying to use 9. He's going to come up short. And
Efren's got the cross bank. What do you think?
I think he got the side pocket, so the one on the side, and he kills the ball so
David, we
beautifully.
can't all cut balls like you.
That's true.
Those diamond eyes.
he's just going to cut it in the corner and go back and forth 3 times.
Yeah, I like the cross.
look
See,
at that. Cross back.
nobody else saw that.
It's the second time he misses that kind of bank too.
I tell you what, David, what a fantastic turnout from the crowd.
Oh gosh, yeah.
This is without doubt the busiest exhibition I've seen in the past 12 months.
I agree with you. We've had people here, from what I understand, since 4 p.m.
Yeah, they were queuing up outside.
Yeah, exactly. I thought there was like a new iPhone coming out or something. So.
Or the new Samsung? The new
The
Samsung?
new Samsung, yeah,
Note?
Nah, nobody does that with Samsung.
Those
I have a Samsung. I love Samsung.
Apple Android.
Yeah,
What,
exactly.
what about the Google?
Oh, Google's okay.
I can't
That's
plug
true.
Google while I'm in the booth. I'm sorry.
Oh.
That was a lovely shot.
That's why Google's
It's a
so
great
amazing.
shot.
'Cause
You know, Mika's looking good here, and that's not good for Efren because this is the last rack if Mika runs out. So
Efren's not even going to. Mika's not going to allow him to get double figures.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's pretty much focused, and I'm telling you, he's been looking to kill since.
What
the
do the
beginning.
players win for this, David? Are they being paid an exhibition fee, or
Yeah,
are they
we
playing
have
for
a
something?
standard exhibition fee that we offer the players to
keep
do
it
this.
secret,
which is
keep it
nice.
safe.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna tell you what that is. So.
But
Yeah.
they're playing for something. They're playing for pride. They're playing the competitive edge
correct.
there.
They both love this room. I know that Efren loves coming here. so which is great. And
Will this be his last time, David?
I don't think so. We thought last year
wanna
was
build up
last
some-
time. I don't think it would be.
When I
Think he's gonna
first
keep going?
started working in Amsterdam, there was an exhibition with Efren and Ginky, and it was awesome. And Efren, I was like a B player, and I saw Efren practice in the back, and I asked the GM at the time to cover me, and I went and watched him play for like an hour, and he asked me to play with him.
Ooh.
And I was, like 21, 22. It was probably one of the greatest moments of my life to play him at that time.
This is kind of straight.
Oh, he's got this.
He should
But,
be on this table.
Efren always been a super sweet guy.
Bank it.
Always very kind.
Bank it.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. But that was Amsterdam on the west side. I'm
Oh, there it is.
So,
We have our win, ladies and gentlemen.
glad to watch Mika perform well.
make no mistake, he wanted that one.
Well, guys, I'm going to depart now. Thank you for your time, and you guys are always doing an amazing job.
David,
I
thanks so
love
much for
hearing your
having us.
voices, and I mean that. So you guys bring this, you guys are just only, you only make us better. So thank you. See you soon.
Let's enjoy this moment, guys.
And ladies and gentlemen, the one and only legend of the game, Mr. Efren Reyes.
Guys, while we have a brief second, I'm going to thank Jacoby, Amsterdam Billiards, of course, Azala Botanicals, Kamui Products, Narcoleptic Chalk Holders, Baltimore City Cues, Let's Go Print NYC, Nibs Nook, and the Billiardists for making this opportunity come to realization for me, and really appreciate those guys. Del, thanks so much for performing and coming in here and doing commentary with me. It's always a pleasure.
You're welcome, Mike. Thank you so much. Just a quick shout to the guys that make it possible for me to be here. Amsterdam Billiards, of course, Piku Tips, G2 Tips, OBQs, and Chalky Sticks also. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys. I think we're going to have a little break from here.
Yeah, also thanks to Billiards Media. Without Rad, we couldn't make this happen. And look forward to the next one, guys.